Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we've finished up all of the arboretum stuff, all the tree stuff that's making three liquid things. Two of them we can make into solid things, plastic and rubber, and then also the liquid resin that we can't actually use yet. But this still is sort of proof of concept-y. Eventually we will have a concept to use it on, but for right now it's really just showing off the way that it works. In between the episodes, I expanded our mall. I also did a few researches, and I can talk you through some of those, but they're basically utility ones again. There's kind of another utility batch, and I'll talk about the mall in a little bit, but I did logistics too, so I added those into the mall. I did fast inserters then, which followed that, followed by more inserters, which, nope, that's not it. Something else here. More inserters there, which we will definitely talk about. Stack inserters, and then the capacity bonus for that. Those were all red-green, so they were easy to do. The next one is, of course, takes blue, so we can't do that. And then I did automobilism, so we can build a car anytime we want to now. We actually have everything we need because we needed engines, but we built engines. I also did railway, and then the two subsequent automated rail and rail signals. Fluid wagons to go along with it, since we already did the fluid something or other prerequisite. We could do fluid wagons just fine. And then we have other fluid wagons and other rail stuff coming, and also red-green science, but they actually have a bunch of prerequisites back in the old metal sorting and refining trees. So we have to kind of wait for that a little bit. And then I did fluid wagon. I did that one already. Fluid canisters. That was kind of just a meh one, kind of similar to the fluid handling, fluid barrel processing, all those kinds of things. Like there's these canisters to store different types of acids and things. It was kind of just meh. I don't know if we'll ever even use these, but I definitely wanted to research it to get it off the list. And then also bottled gas processing for the same reason. So I don't know if some of these chemicals do only go into one type of thing, whether it's a barrel, a canister, or a bottled gas. So we have all three of those now, and that kind of gives us all of our storage. And that in addition, I also did electric energy distribution, which is kind of just another utility thing, which gives us the medium and large power poles, I believe. I'm sure it's right here. Oh, there it is, right there. It gives us the medium and large power poles, which count as tier 2s, even though they're, obviously the first of each, because the regular power poles are the tier 1s. So I did those, and then I worked on the mall a little bit. I added the red belts onto here, even though we've barely touched the yellow belts. I added the red belts onto here. And then I also built an inserter mall to some extent over here, and that was actually a little bit involved. And actually, so was the belt mall, because these are steel gears. So I have a half a belt of steel gears, half a belt of iron gears. Well, not a full half belt, but half of each side there, because all the reds require, or these two reds at least, the fast and then the stacks, as well as the red, the fast filters, all require steel gears. So I had to do that in order to get those to work properly. And then the same thing goes for the belts. The red belts all require steel gears as well, all three components. So I needed half belts of each. So I ended up pulling the three middle machines out of over here and putting them in as steel. And then of course I had to pull all the iron gears off the belt on those sides, and it was a little bit of a fiasco. But I thought about recording it, but in a way I'm glad I didn't, because it was a lot of fiddling. And I think you can get the idea without me having to record it. So I also then put in some the copper pipes, so I don't have to come over here, or don't have to make them all by hand anymore. So we can grab a bunch of them, and that way we have them on hand for anything else we might want to do. And anything else we need, we can grab while we're here. Let's go and grab maybe some belts. Maybe we don't even need that many. We'll keep them. That's fine. I'm going to grab just a few of these, though. Maybe just keep a stack, and then we can top off our stack of splitters as well. I'm going to want to make sure I have a stack of these, which I basically do, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then also a stack, or a few of these, maybe. I've got some belts, so let's grab maybe like a half a stack of those. Not that it takes up any less space, but just for reasons. We'll grab a few more inserters here, and I think maybe we can grab some of these too. I don't want the fasts yet. I definitely don't want the stacks yet. And these are stack filters, by the way, over here. But at least that keeps things moving. I also expanded the what's it called? The stuff that I can never remember the name of here, the fluid that is being used by this mineral sludge. I also expanded the crystal slurry to mineral sludge down here at the bottom. I added another one of those. And if you recall, we talked about the second tier of the crystal slurry that used quite a bit more sulfuric acid to process the crystals directly into slurry rather than having it go through the crushing process. And while that works out, it needs a lot of two things. It needs a lot of sulfuric acid, more than we can make from the byproducts here, and it also needs a lot of mineralized water, more again than we can make from the byproducts. So I went back and looked at that recipe here, and kind of redid it a little bit to tweak it to make sure that it used up what was being provided for hydrogen sulfide from this machine down here, which we're currently venting, and both of these. And also I made sure that it used it made the sulfuric acid from that it could. That's these 3 entries here, which is a tiny fraction of a machine, but I did them separately from making it from the recycling of the water, just to control my sanity a little bit. And then we still have a surplus need of a little over 8 sulfuric acid per second in order to keep this thing going. We also have a surplus need of 100 mineralized water per second to keep this thing going too, which is a surplus need of 10 crushed stone. Now, the thing that I thought about after we did this was I have a surplus of a tiny amount of crushed stone here, not enough to support this, but that was a possibility that I can't really accommodate, unfortunately. Why did I do this that much? Feels like I shouldn't have done that many. I should have limited this to less than like 2 of these. Why did I do this one at that number as well? Curious. Oh, because of 5. I did 1 and 5. Did I do that here too? I did, basically. It's off by a little bit, so I should actually tweak these numbers down a little, but still going to make just almost that amount when we're done. That's why I did it, because I wanted 1 and 5. And that's this ratio here. But so we're not quite there with the the crushed stone into mineralized water, unless maybe we stole the crushed stone from other processes up here. But this is a little bit irregular. So, well, I guess it's not irregular because it's going to make it here as long as we are still refining this stuff. And if we're not, then we're not. But I think what we actually need is maybe like 6 or 8 of these, and then one of the other recipe in order to get enough crushed stone. We could probably do it a different way, but that just seems like the most sane way here. So we're just going to keep this here for now. But when I was doing this, I was thinking about the sulfur, and maybe come back to this plan and look at it again to see how much sulfuric acid we actually needed. Because remember, we are producing a surplus of sulfur here, now since we have 2 of them. These over here, 1, 2, and then the third one up here at the top. That is the recycler. There's surplus sulfur there. And then we also have the extra bit of that sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, whatever that is, the gas, that's coming off of this, and these over here, that all we're doing is flaring it. We're not doing anything with it. So my thought was, what if I took all of that sulfur product and made it into sulfuric acid? How much sulfuric acid could I make? So I don't know how much I can actually make, but I do know that I can make 1 chemical plant into making this crazy number of sulfuric acid. I don't know why that's such a weird number. Because I typed in a crazy number? Really? I did type that in. There's no way I typed it in. I think it's 52.2. Or really close to 52.5. Yeah, it's 52.5. So we can make 52.5 sulfuric acid every second if we can provide this much sulfur and or the hydrogen sulfide as well. So this isn't a perfect plan because it only shows assuming we're getting it all from hydrogen sulfide and not just getting chunks of sulfur in, but this at least is a good proof of concept to get us to where we want to go. So I made a bunch of these machines already, and I have that kind of ready to go. We need 1 chemical plant here, 1 chemical plant here, but really it's a tiny fraction of one. And then we need 2 liquefiers here, turning as much of that sulfur as possible into sulfur dioxide. We'll need to make ourselves some purified water one way or the other. I chose this way. It's less than half a hydro plant at most, and that's going into this probably at most, but Maybe. And then we need to obviously to provide a bunch of oxygen to these processes. This is a maximum amount of oxygen. We probably only need 2 of these. We could probably get away with 2 of these, but we don't need quite that much oxygen. But it's fine. I can build 3 just to be safe. And then that needs 6 air filters providing air for the oxygen. And then we're going to vent, of course, the nitrogen, which I need to actually build a thing for. And yes, a thing. And then we need to also vent the saline water here. So let's just go ahead and build this plan. Let's see. We need to have chemical plants. Actually, let's do it this way. Chemical plant. There. And then we need to have 2 of these, making the sulfur dioxide. That'll go there and there. And then we need to have 1 of these making sulfur if we need it. And I don't know how I want to handle that just yet, but maybe something like that. We'll need to have some of this getting made, maybe on this side, since it comes out of this side. Something like that. Need water in for that, of course. A tiny bit, not very much. And then we need 2 chemical plants making oxygen and nitrogen, of course. And those will go into these 3 inputs. So we'll just put them down, something like that. And then we have 6 of these guys. And I'm just going to do this, maybe something like this and like that, times 3 each column kind of thing. And that'll be good enough. And so then if we plan this out, we can do... let's see. Maybe I do... this differently. Put it over there. Maybe it doesn't even go there even. Maybe it can go... but it needs to be able to bring in... maybe even something like this craziness. Maybe. Needs to be able to bring in the hydrogen sulfide. So you and you can output like this. And then out into the vent. And it may or may not be an extension that way. These will need oxygen out, so maybe we can go up like this. And we can do maybe a pipe like this, connecting the 2 together, just for sanity reasons. And we can just drop actually these 1 apart, like that. That's best, I think. Well, that's going to be crisscrossing anyway. I can't wait till 2.0 and we can flip-flop these machines. I know there's a gosh darn it water mod to enable that, but I don't care enough to install it. I just like to complain. Maybe if I do this instead, it's still not better though. You can come down, maybe down to there. You can do this and that and connect them together. You can just connect in, and then you can have 1 of these and 1 of these, and I'm just going to put that in there like that. And then I can push this in closer, maybe. We might as well put in the... oh, I have 2 of these. Ooh. Put in 1 of these. I can do this thing, of course. And then we also need to have the vent for the nitro, which we can do like this, maybe. Actually, that kind of fits nicely. Disturbingly so, maybe, but nicely. So you need to also be connected to oxygen. I could also do it like this. Maybe I'll do it like that. We'll just do like this. And then that can come in kind of however. It'll be fine. The solid sulfur, though, needs to get into both of these guys, so this doesn't work out very well. What if instead I push this way over here? And I brought the sulfur down and into something like that. I could even do it like this. I could do it like that. And then do arm doing this maneuver. And then an arm doing that maneuver. Now, is that going to be fast enough? 4.44 per second for each one? Yes, because we're only moving 1.3, so that's plenty fast enough. Yeah, it's plenty fast enough. You're maybe going to come from the south if we orient it this way, so we can do that. That would be okay. And it could just be right here. We're going to bring sulfur in from a bunch of different places. Those will come into this belt. This stuff will come in from somewhere else. Let's move it maybe over here. Randomly. Let's connect this thing up to power. How do I keep having random single power poles? I must be finding them in something I'm doing. I'm tearing down. I'm doing something. This. And then you'll output to maybe a whatchamacallit? A tank of some kind. This one? Ooh, that's nice. And then we'll come down here with these. And I think for this, we're just going to do a T and just a line. Oh, I might need to move this up a little bit. I forgot about that part. You here. Yeah, I need a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. All of this, please. Up to there. That should be fine. There, and then this. And I still need power into these, but that's fine. I can do that. You're good, but we can come down this way. Why don't I do this instead, then? You and you. Excuse me. There we go. I'm going to take that out, too. And that one, too. You can have power here-ish and there-ish. And that's good. That'll be ready to go once we have... It can fill up the oxygen once we're working on these other things here. While we're working on these other things. So we need to get from here sulfur. And that means putting the sulfur into a box instead of the arm. So let's just take the arm out. We'll do it like this. And we'll grab from there. Boxes. I need like 5 of them. Wooden boxes are fine. I still have another one of these electricals left. Why? Okay. That's not right. That's not right at all. There we go. And then I want to limit this to maybe 1 stack. This isn't going to work out well. It'll be fine. I've got it. I've got it. And then I want to do a red wire here. And maybe put those on the toolbar so that I can use them later. And I want to grab from there only when I can just use the magic anything is greater than 100. And then we do this, and then we do that. And we can actually help this along a little bit, maybe? Yeah, good. Oh, you put one there. Sure you did. Okay, that'll be fine. And then this, of course, will come out onto a belt of some kind. And go that way. And it's fine. It's not going to output that much, because, remember, this isn't making that much. And so we can take this whole thing here, copy. Since we have an exact duplicate of it over here, easily enough, we can copy that, take you out, put you in, take these and put them in there, and we have the same thing again, anything under 100. So you'll come out, and then we'll connect those up with everything else we're bringing out here, and they will go into that. So you're good there. Let's just work on these ones over here next. So I could go back into these plans, by the way, for this one, and see how much sulfur I'm going to have surplus. I also need to deal with the hydrogen sulfide. How much sulfur I would have surplus here. I'd have to redo this. It's not very much. I'd have to redo this calculation to make sure this was sulfur coming out of this, not sulfuric wastewater. No problem with that. But remember, I do still have the vent still here. So if the sulfuric wastewater gets backed up, if the sulfur's backed up on the belt and we can't do anything, then it still does vent that wastewater, so we don't have a problem. We can do the same thing here, although I'm going to change this power pole, I think, somehow. Maybe. We can do the same kind of thing here, then. You can go, yeah, I'll just put the power pole right there. It's fine. I don't remember where it was before. You'll output into there. You'll output into... No, I can't put it there. It's got to go here. And then we need to, of course, have our arm here that is taking the red wire again. And I can go and grab... Well, let me grab that config. I think it will. This one. Put it there. Oh, I didn't want that part, though. Shorten it up, please. Shorten it up. I just want this part. That's all right. And you are complaining because you're not full yet. You can have all of this, though. And then that'll take care of that. Oh, I forgot to limit that other chest. No, it's limited because it's, it was a copy, right? Should be. Make sure. Yep. Okay, good. It's good. You can see now that that's under 100, and so it doesn't let any out. And the 100 is there just to serve as a little bit of a buffer. We don't necessarily need it. You could probably be in a different spot slightly and not hurt anything. So could you, thusly. That, this, that, and that. Alright, that'll work for now. And then I can take this whole thing, or this part again, and copy it from here. We can go up to this one and do the same thing. It is in the same spot. I didn't move it after all. Okay. You can go... Oh, yes, I did. I lied. There it is. And then you can move all of those right now. And then you can come out this way. Power pole by 1. Not without moving this one by 1, we can't. That's fine, though. Those are just auxiliary power pole, or yeah, power poles anyway, just to connect things together. They're not part of the blueprint. Not that it matters that much. Anyway, I want to bring this down because this is a little bit tight in here. So we're going to come down a bit, and then we'll go across. Oh, I also added 2 more of each of these off camera because, well, I could use them. We had a mineral sludge in abundance, and I was needing more of red or white or yellow, and I wasn't getting enough of it, so I made more that way. You can come down this way, meet up with this guy. Let's just do a merger, and then I think I'm going to do a balanced merger like this. Like that. That'll take care of those 2. They'll meet up with these 2, and the one at the top, I forgot about that. We'll bring that in here too. And that one's already got a box. So for this one, we just need to adjust the power pole and put the arm in here, which actually I can do a slightly safer way here. And we can go there. This is already 1 stack. It's limited because this actually had a problem. I was recycling a lot of this I did make more changes off camera. I was recycling a lot of this stone because it was backed up like crazy, and we actually ran out of sulfuric acid here, so I had to bring in some more sulfur from one of the other ones and then fill that up. So that's why that's a little light. But I did end up adding an additional liquefier recycling the stone because we were just getting so much crushed stone in here. So this changed a little bit, and I added that one in there. But given the fact that we aren't producing all that much slag anymore, who produces slag still? I think the 3 yellow ones do. I think it's the 3 yellows. No, not even that one. It's this one and this one. That's it. Just the 2 in the middle. Yeah, just the 2 in the middle. So we're not getting very much slag out of this system anymore. So this one's basically useless. In fact, I probably don't even need the shenanigans anymore. I could probably just have 1 belt coming in here like this and save myself the effort. And it would be fine. So I'm going to do that. And that way... So really, these 2 are supplying these, and this, on occasion, is giving me a little bit of juice. So we did that, and we just need to get this belt out of here now. I could do this, maybe. Go under that power pole, that's fine. Come out this way. Come this way, and how the heck... I'm going to get this out of here. I guess I'll just run in parallel to this belt. And then I want to come down. Ugh. Maybe through here? Yeah, through here. That'll work. You and you. And then this. And then when you end there, we can split this in. Merge this in. And it can merge in like that. I'm going to do a right red thingy. Just so that we don't have any output on that side. And then it'll come down here, of course, and fill into that. When we have it. And those 2 can come up and mix in. Actually, we could do that now. We should do that now. These 2 can come up. Maybe right in here is fine. Not that far. And you can come up. We'll turn that back around. Come up here. This way. And then those will go... Let's go right through, like... Oh, I forgot about the water in here. Do I have water nearby? I didn't think about that. Whoopsie. That's not water. Totally forgot about the water input. What are you doing? Water. Let's see where we can get water. We don't have water near. Oh, I have water here. We can get it from here. That's fine. Who cares? Let's bring it down. Let's come down from the top, and then we'll get into that. Let's do a single pipe first. This. This. You're gonna go there. And then you can come across. And yes, stone and copper pipes connect, no problem. You can come down here and connect into there. It's just a sip, so it's fine. Let's bring this back this way. And you can have this one and that one. Let's do this. And then we'll do this as, again... Oh, that's not going to work. was going to try to do a balancer thingy here, but I need a yellow one if I'm going to try to do that. It's fine. You, balanced. Go up. Oh, I need power into that too. Alright, and then this one can come over and we'll mix those together. And since they're both balanced already, then we can just mix them together easily. This, like that, and again, right, red, vacuum those up, and that'll be good. You're going to need more power up here. It's fine. And then I can just do one of these numbers. Everything else was already being fed, and so that's kind of a happy system now. So now we need to get this stuff in. And we're kind of going long, but I hope this is interesting anyway. So we need to mix in this. Maybe to there. It's going to be in the way. Nothing I can do about it. Oop, that's in the way. There. 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 Ugh, this stuff. Why do I still have stone pipes here, by the way? Man, I wish I could just take these up and do with them different things. End up in the same spot. Not that far, though. Yes, I did. Those are connected, not that I want them to be. We can do this something. I need a corner. I got it here. Here? There we go. You. 3 of you. And 1 of you over here. That'll be good. Take that out and redo this to, I guess, there, really. And then up here as far as I can get it. Did you connect? You did. Okay, good. Then we just have a little bit more of that. Oh, and I need to get the sulfur out of here and prioritize it coming into this somehow. And I think the way to do that is just to take it out of here. Like that. Maybe just with 2... Oh, let's put it over here then. Just 2 arms. 2 like this. You can be this one, and then you can be that one. And I probably need... Yep, I do. More power. And then this will come across and into here. And we're just going to prioritize the input from the right. And the output to the left will be a red flag. And then you can just go in there, and these will just have priority coming down this line. Whenever there's any from this stuff. There's not going to be much because, well, we were venting it all just before this moment. But every little bit helps. And then we can do the same for the output over here. Instead of venting that, we can run that pipe up and across somewhere. Oof, somewhere. The spaghetti of Factorio. Those are all connected to the same line, right? And there's only 1 vent on this? Yes. Okay, good. I'm not going to go through here. I'm going to come up and around somehow. Probably just above the coal belt there, or the charcoal belt. I think it'll be fine. Like that. I think that'll be fine. Read this, and then we can keep going. At least I think it'll be fine. We'll make it fine. Be fine enough. Except for that. But I'll just do this, and then we can hop over to here. Then we can hop over to here. And then I can just back this one down like that, and that works perfectly. Perfectly well. And all of that will vent into here, make a bunch of sulfur, and prioritize that output. I should have probably done this, though, because I'm going across the front of that. In which case, why didn't I just turn it here and save myself some effort? Yeah, there's a couple coming out of there. All right, and you can have these. Then we can do a tank here just to make sure that we have, you know, a bit storage. I have some of these small inline tanks, but I think I want a bigger tank. So let's go over here and do a storage tank or a storage tank all corners. It's literally just, yeah, okay, we're just going to do that one then. All corners. Why did that make 2 small inline tanks? Or it looked like it did. Small storage. Oh, small storage tank, small inline storage tank. Okay, there's a little bit of difference there, but that's fine. That can plug right in like that, and then we can take sulfuric acid from this to wherever we want it to go, and that wherever will come in the next episode, I think, at least in part. And if we are making more than 9, which we aren't making the 52.5 that this can make, but we are making probably more than 9, we could look at setting up that other setup, except for, of course, the mineralized water. But we'll see what happens with that in the next episode, or with that in a future episode, but definitely what happens with the sulfuric acid in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.